What the fuck? We are back in black, but on a Thursday. What the fuck? That's right. It's your big bad devil daddy himself, Reaper, and my co-pilot from the underworld, the omniverse, human, the hoofed beast.
And
Here to make. Oh, go ahead.
on this thirsty Thursday, I'm out already. I need number 3.
Bitch, I hope the fuck you do. You'll be a dead son of a bitch, I tell you that.
So you heard him. You know what to do. And that is true. I mean, instead of Mommy Milker's Monday, I mean, it's now a Thirsty Thursday, right? So guess what? This is how we do. That's right. So grab you a drink. I don't give a fuck if it's water. If you've had the kind of day that I've had, you better grab a double, maybe a triple. All right. Hello, Rebecca. Cody, what's up? Uh-oh. Well, see, now Cody here comes up with another interesting idea. Titty Twisting Thursday. That could probably get us kicked off lives. Although I might be able to find a revised edition that might be acceptable. I don't know. Let me fuck with it for a while.
We used to call titty twisters purple Herbies.
No. Or purple nurples, if you will.
Grab somebody's tit and twist it with the knuckles. Fuck.
Especially if you get the clothing in there too. It like put extra stank on it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Kyler, but you got your drink and you're ready to laugh, and hopefully we've already done that. Oh, shit. Kyler says yet again, Titten Threaten Thankin' Thunder Thursday. That's got so many different implications. I don't know what to do with that. But you never know with my fucking devious mind. Shit. But it's kind of funny. Today feels like a Monday.
It kind of does. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you've had a rough one and you need to tell somebody to fuck right off, go. That's right. Hey, what's happening, Mouse Bong? She says, hello, heathens. Indeed. Oh, shit. Oh, hell no. Babylon for the win. Throbbing Testicular Thursday. I could get in. I mean, I'd be breaking so many motherfucking rules to try to make one for that we would just be, we'd be so copyright dead, So yeah, I can't do that one, but I definitely love the name. Definitely could see it being a t-shirt. Speaking of which, we've had a few people actually get their formal Addicts of the Damned t-shirt by the illustrious Cody Gray of Defiler of the Crown Art. So please, if you are so inclined and you want to give to the needy and you love what we do, it is very inexpensive. And I wish I had it's on Teespring. It's on my Teespring at Reaper's Underground. So maybe if you search that up, but there is direct links to that Teespring in order to get one of these shirts or any of my shirts, actually. But on my Facebook and Instagram, of course. So look it up. Give me a follow. By the way, Demons, goddamn, we hit 1.9K on Reaper's Underground this week. Fantastic. Let's hit that 2K, man. That's what I'm talking about. Because if you all want a special mystery box from me, we hit that 2K. And you show me that you have followed, or maybe you referred somebody to the page, show me somehow, and you might win a mystery box from me. All right, we are here to talk about motherfucking Mother Iron Horse from Salem, Massachusetts. So many of you guys now, especially if you are, stoner doom, but they're really not too much on the stoner part of it. But it is definitely a bit more aggressive in my opinion. What did you think of them, Hoofbeast?
For me, it's from, let's see, what did they have? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 songs on their 2021 release, and I have 3 of them as Corrosion of Conformity worship,
A bit.
and 2 of them as Sleep worship, and as a mix of both of those. And of course, Old Sabbath, like the first 4 albums, is in there. But I definitely think they're stoner doom, but they are dirtier and satanic. And, and they're the vocalists, like I felt like in that album, they needed to produce, or the mix should have had the vocalists a little bit more prominent. But outside of that, the mix is really good on that album. And the other thing is his vocals, they're a little bit black. Sometimes they're a little bit more kind of black metal, but they're more like punk. Yeah, but in the higher range. They definitely have a punk influence.
I was going to definitely say that, most of what I see and how they're categorized and how they kind of categorize themselves is a nice mix of doom and punk. So as a matter of fact, we'll bring up one example here for you, because I don't believe I'm going to get in trouble with these guys. Not like I would a regular artist, or a more mainstream artist is what I mean to say. Check this out. I mean, you were probably thinking you were going to get this na 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 da 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 da, classic Ozzy. No, that is not what you get with this vocalist, and I absolutely love what he's doing with it, because that is the first thing you think of when you hear a riff like that. Now, obviously, guitar tone wise, these guys are fucking sponsored, legit sponsored by Orange Amps. They have half stacks that are all fucking orange. So, the Iomi love is right there in many ways. Although I still would like to see what they'd sound like through some Laneys, just saying. But they are definitely got the orange stamp of approval on them. And the lead vocalist, who actually, he used to also play guitar and sing. So it's kind of different now that he's a little bit more open to just singing. That's it. You'd never, looking at him, you would never think that voice would come out of that body. Just pure raw aggression, and I think a lot of that is where the punk influence comes in. The lead vocalist is the guy in the very center in the green shirt. So, and I had the pleasure of interviewing him about almost 2 years ago now. Totally awesome fucking dude. very old school as far as his vinyl collection, which is like over 250 albums.
That's a lot of cash over.
Well, a lot of it is from what he told us was a lot of original stuff that he collected when he was a kid and kept it all. How he kept it all intact, I literally have no idea. Because, you move a couple hundred times, you're bound to lose something. Something gets damaged. No, this motherfucker. He's like, name a band. Iron Maiden. Goes over, pulls out the first record. I'm like, what the fuck? Sabbath. Pulls out like 9 of them. I'm just sitting here going, man. He's like, yeah, that's all we really did. Growing up was just picking up, metal albums the great way, which was going to a record store, checking out the cover, or maybe you had a buddy that was listening to the stuff and said, hey, check this shit out. Next thing you know, you're out there spending your lunch money on it. And you could definitely hear the influences. And they from what he was telling me, everybody like listens to a lot of the same stuff, but there's also a lot of like differences. He likes old jazz shit, orchestral pieces, a little bit of everything, man. Funk. But punk is definitely one that he was, really big on. And you can kind of hear it a little bit, I think, in the riffing with all those huge power chords, but it's the way they do it with that little bit of chug, and it's very rhythmic. It works for both doom and punk, I think. So best marriage of the two, I think I've ever heard, really.
Yep. Yeah, I would agree. I've listened to both albums twice just today. One without any other influence, and the second time I listened to it was under the influence. And this is just the way I like to listen to doom. Not Candlemass or Solitude Eternus or Black Sabbath, but when it's like Sleep or Corrosion of Conformity or Mother IronHorse, I prefer it if my head is a little bit lighter than normal.
Well, even the darkest of doom stuff, which another thing is, obviously you can kind of tell just by a lot of their imagery, as far as, well, first of all, some live shots of the band there. This one being pretty epic as well. And we'll talk about what they've been up to and where they're going. But they're into like motorcycles, real heavy, very 70s, like everything about them, from their logo, which is firmly planted. I love their advertisements.
Oh.
I was like, I bet you Hoof Beast is feeling bad we didn't show the dancing girl today. So I was like, every other advertisement on Mother IronHorse is some pretty lady's backside advertising a piece of merch. And I'm like, that's fucking genius, right? I mean, it draws you in. You're never going to forget that logo.
It's going to cause me to stick around for a little while.
So Achilles is with us. Hey, long time no see, my friend. All right. Mouse Bong says, either way, I love stop motion. She was talking about the opening to that video, almost like it was definitely fabric versus the claymation part. They have a lot of talented friends that they're just like, hey, would you like to do this? We had this idea. And people are like, shit, why the hell not? Babylon says the artist that did that vid is called Bob and Dope, I believe. Awesome. Excellent to fucking know. I didn't know
that. Like when I was listening to these guys, I was thinking of Babylon totally. Totally being guys.
Well, as a matter of fact, he does absolutely dig these guys. Right along with Leather Lung, which those two bands play together a lot when they can. And they did that not too long ago, from what I understand. So let's see. Kyler says, Reaper, send that to me for research purposes. Are we talking about the big heart-shaped booty, or are we talking about the video? Whichever it may be, let me know. Achilles says the new album by Bruce Dickinson is truly remarkable. I actually have to agree with you. I dig it. It was definitely way better than something to the tune of All the Young Dudes. Definitely much better record. That's my opinion. I'm not sure if Hoof Beast has heard the latest single or not.
Yeah,
So.
there's been I've seen a lot of the reviewers that I respect, and they're surprised at how much they like this album.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to like it as much as they do.
Well, that's because the last time Dickinson did something like this, he went out on his own, and it was just crap.
I agree.
Nothing metal about it. So the fact that this is a heavier record, it's more explorative, and his voice is fucking just amazing at his age. Holy crap nuts. If there was anybody that could step out on their own and do a solo album at, around the age that he is, he's the only one. Because most of the other guys can't really go for more than 45 minutes, and then the voice is gone.
Yeah, this album answers a lot of questions about him, because I've always admired him. Well, not every album, but when he came in on Number of the Beast, Iron Maiden changed for the better. And I know part of it was all of them getting together and kind of coming into their own, but he was a super important part of that puzzle. And then they rattled off like 5 amazing albums in a row.
Absolutely. And this is like one of those testaments to, hey, sometimes a member change is a good thing. Not that we were sick of Ozzy, but holy crap, Sabbath with Ronnie James Dio, who has a very powerful fucking voice, really kind of changed the game. And well, Sabbath being Sabbath, you never know which way is up or down, and they try something new. So
Mid to late 70s, absolutely. It was,
we probably would have ended up hearing a Ronnie James Dio with them back in 78. But it just didn't happen until 1980. So let's see here. Babylon says, yep, love these boys. Absolutely. And Kyler has put it out to us. We know for a fact now he wants the booty. So now I'm going to have to tease you. God damn it. But anyways, getting back to Mother Iron Horse, for having a relatively, modest amount of time that they've been seriously doing shit, obviously caught the attention of Ripple Music, which is a huge, probably the largest stoner doom label in the country that handles predominantly just that stuff. The other one being Tommy Stewart. Tommy Stewart and Black Tuba Records would probably, I'd say, come in a close second. But Ripple has, they put out amazing fucking acts. King Buffalo, a few other ones, I believe, unless I am wrong on that. I feel like I'm wrong on that, but for some reason I don't think I'm wrong. They broke so many bands out into the cosmos, and with Mother Iron Horse also during the pandemic.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, go right ahead.
Oh, no, this is totally off topic. Go ahead and finish. Sorry.
Oh.
The pandemic. Sorry.
Oh, gotcha. That was the time that bands that wanted to still stay creative stayed fucking creative and put out monster albums, and it was like the best time to put their music out, get as much online attention as possible, and then shop. Because all these smaller labels like Ripple Music and Black Tumba and some of the other ones, Kingside Records at the time, were all looking at who is still working their asses off. Who is it that is shining through this thing? Because if you can, basically make it on your own during something like a shutdown, and have an excellent fucking sound, great songwriting, that's how bands got picked up during that time. So that's how Under the Blood Moon in 2021 came about. And if you are a vinyl collector, they do have limited edition vinyl colors, multiple vinyl colors, milky clear with olive and oxblood splatter, gold nugget, and black at ripplemusic.com. And we'll be playing a track, a little bit of a track from that record. So a little bit later on.
Yes, something I was going to say before I forget, Reaper, is on September 6th, clear your calendar. King
Dun, dun, dun.
and the Wizard is going to be in Omaha.
Oh, no shit.
And
okay.
the two of us are going together.
Awesome. Let's just hope I'm not filming Return of the Corn Zombies that particular weekend.
Oh, I'll be off again.
I know. That would totally suck, because I just found out that it is the first week of September, the very beginning of September, that it's being filmed. So hopefully that's not one of the dates. But yeah, I would love to fucking catch that. And actually, all of you addicts out there, you've heard us talk about that band quite a bit. So make sure that you check them out if you haven't in a while. But yeah, back to Mother IronHorse. So, I've shown a few people, just honestly throughout the years what they look like and stuff like that. And so many of them, they're like, man, they totally look like they walked out of Leonard Skinner video. Really big, bushy beards, really long hair. And as a matter of fact, the lead vocalist used to have really long hair too, but he cut it, and they're not shy on being huge hemp wizards and psychedelics and, well, the devil's juice. So everything, it's everything that you would expect and more from a very 70s style kind of stoner doom band with a kick.
And pretty prominent, if you read the lyrics, this has got to be an influence on them throughout so many of their lyrics.
Oh, it's in there. It is in the, well, how I realized that it was totally in there was the Lesser Key record.
Mm-hmm.
With such big fucking womp ass hits like House of Ball, Il Inferno, The Lesser Key. Like, they are very occult laden. And I really dig that. The way they do it, it's very passionate. It's also not, they're not so blatant, like they don't all dress in just black. They're very bikerish, I guess is what I would say. Bikerish, truckerish, very, not cheesy with the fact that that's kind of the theme that's running through a lot of the stuff. Because after talking with the lead vocalist in that interview, he talked a lot about horror movies, how that had an influence on him. particularly like Exorcist and all the I don't know what you would call them, kind of like the grindhouse films of the 70s, and of course, had always been interested in the occult. Definitely not God followers. That's for sure. Babylon says, I have that exact same book. Of course you do. It should be in your library, sir.
and I think Babylon needs to make that trip September 6th, because
that would be the shit.
If I'm left standing at the altar for that show by Reaper, then Babylon needs to step in.
Oh, trust me, I feel bad that I'm going to see Twin Temple this Saturday, and you can't be there for the satanic doo-wop. Oh, yeah. They're also doing satanic baptisms, as I understand it, where they get to throw some blood-like substance on you. And, of course, I'm always a fan of that. Oh, shit. Babylon says, oh, man, I wish I could.
Well, he's got like 5 months to prepare for that. So,
aha, it's not right around the corner. So you have time.
First,
get your schedule in order.
Like when I listen to both albums, the first album is a lot. It's really heavy, and it has a lot more of Old Sabbath. Whereas the 20,021 release has a lot more Sleep and Corrosion of Conformity. Especially the first two songs out the gate are absolute like 1993 Corrosion of Conformity. 1993 Corrosion of Conformity, Deliverance album.
I mean, that's not exactly a horrible thing to get compared to, though.
Oh. Those are two of the best, especially if you're Stoner Doom. Like, those are two of the iconic Stoner Doom bands. But they also sound like themselves, mostly because of the lyrics are very different than Sleep or COC. And then the vocals are quite a bit different. And they're just a little bit darker and heavier.
Absolutely. There has to come a point where, sure, it automatically, when you stick it in, a lot of, I don't dare I say, older gentlemen and ladies like ourselves will probably go, oh yeah, I've heard stuff like that before. Oh yeah, this sounds like this sounds like that. But at the end of the day, though, it still sounds like them. There is a uniqueness, and the energy that they radiate on stage is fucking amazeballs. From all the clips that I watched, and you guys, if you don't follow Mother IronHorse either on Facebook or Instagram, you need to. There was some short little vids here and there from when they played at Psycho Las Vegas, which was not too long ago. Just super high energy. It's definitely an experience. Not too many doom bands where the lead vocalist literally crowd surfs himself into the crowd and continues to sing at the same, or should I say scream, at the same time while he's being hurled around a packed fucking house. Everywhere they go, man, they pack it the fuck out, and there's a reason for that. But it really wasn't until this next little tidbit that we're going to play for you. If I can get that together. Here we go. Got it. Till this particular single came out, and to this day is still their largest one. Holy shit balls. Like, I have literally listened to that track so many fucking times. So fucking good. Again, you get that very 70s fuzz, but a higher energy kind of doom that it is Sabbathy, but like you said, very COC at the same time. And then that voice kicks in, and it's just like, holy fuck. That tune was called Old Man Satan, and they have a video for this that you guys need to check out because it's all the videos these guys do, all the way down to the one that they did with a fucking iPhone recently, and it was like the best shit ever. This is how scary shit is getting, folks. There are full-on fucking movies being shot with an app through iPhone, and it's fucking killer. If you want to cut a movie, an independent movie on the no budget, oh man, let me tell you. I'll have to tell you later, like who I know that does it and is very successful with it. But man, they shot the shit with a fucking iPhone, and it was just awesome. Kind of reminds you of when Sabbath was in the Beat Club, and they were playing Paranoid and Iron Man live. You know, Ozzy's got that brown leather jacket on, and there's nothing but like translucent, no expression faces in the background, like you're having an acid trip. Holy crap balls. So it's really fucking good. But yeah, definitely check out the video for Old Man Satan, because damn, definitely something to kick your day off with. Sets a mood. And of course, you know, it's my favorite topic, so who can go wrong with that?
Old Man Satan, that single you just shared, has a bit of a heavier sleep influence than COC. It definitely has like part COC, but that dun 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 dun, that's sleep.
And guess who stole that? Fucking Sleep stole that from motherfucking Lord of This World by Black Sabbath on Master of Reality. Don't tell me they didn't. It doesn't matter what chords they're playing or what key they're in. God damn it, that's where it came from. What better song to pattern yourself over, you know? I still say that Master of Reality is my number one favorite Sabbath album. So to hear it kind of come out in some of these bands, it's like, okay, you really got it. Like, this is what inspired you, you know? Mousebonk, for sure. Mousebonk says, sounded like Electric Wizard with sludge vox. And the interesting thing about that track, just to add to that, is the fact that they really don't put an effect on his voice. It's really just raw and with some verb in there, but not so much verb that it doesn't make sense. Because you can, you know, legit hear what he's saying. You know what I mean?
Reapers, now time to talk about the new single they've released recently.
Absolutely.
So I guess I'll start since I brought it up.
You're up to bat.
This one was a hashtag not impressed for me.
Oh, no.
It sounds like a heavier version of Ramones with angry vocals instead of their just kind of chilled out Ramones vocals. But it's a lot more, it has more of a punk influence, rock and roll kind of Motorhead punk.
But is that too far out of their wheelhouse, though?
Yeah, to me, it just bored the out of me. I wasn't looking for that, and I was shocked. I was like, who is this? Sounds really different from who they were. And okay, it's okay to be different, but it's not really memorable to me.
Well, I mean, Lemmy is a demigod. And, I could see like maybe they were kicking back listening to, Ace of Spades and knocking one too many back. And I mean, their bass player plays a fucking Rickenbacker with his fingers, I might add. So I could see like maybe the vocalist was like, I'm really feeling that fucking, that little walking bass you're doing. And, just kind of felt the vibe and everybody went with it. I mean, sometimes it's kind of cool to kind of step, not necessarily out of what they're known for, because I mean, every once in a while, even with like, let's say COC, they've done some songs on recent records that are a little bit like, let's say, more up tempo, and you might not like them. You know what I mean? I just don't think that it was too much different. Like they were completely stepping away. I'm actually trying to pull it up here for everybody because I think yes, it did. There it is. How about that? We'll pull that up here in a minute. But sometimes it's good to try something different. Maybe you felt it and you just had to get that out. As an artist, I've had that before. If you listen to the Black Flame album, there are some tracks that are just like, you guys never do this. Why'd you do it? Damned Flesh is a prime example because I was feeling like this is a very driving song, and we don't ever have the snare hit, but with double bass, of course. So I was getting out some of my thrash death roots with that track, and actually, consequently, ended up becoming one of the very popular songs on that record. Because if you listen, to Old Gods Awaken, everything is very just straight doom. The only, I guess you could say, up tune in that scenario would have been Hail to the Succubus, but that was like more of a Children of the Grave vibe. So even Sabbath had different songs that, wow, where'd you guys come with that? How did you get there? You know what I mean? When you put it up against some of the other songs on the album. But yeah, if it wasn't memorable for you, I mean, that's okay.
Yeah, you still
have to like it.
You can something different, but you have to have good songwriting. And to me, like I want to play it for everybody else so they can hear it. It's very different. It's just there really isn't a hook that catches me. But I am also like, I've seen Motorhead. I enjoyed it, but part of it was, I wanted to hear Ace of Spades and just see Lemmy play and have that wall of sound that makes your ears bleed. But me, like, I had bought the album when I for the show that I saw him. I think it's The World Is Yours. I saw him on that.
Yes.
But to me, I know this is going to be heresy, but it is. Motorhead, in some ways, to me, is overrated. As far as being good songwriters, it's rhythm, it's rock and roll, it's super hard, super heavy, and it's Lemmy. Lemmy to me and then Mickey D on the drums. I always love watching him. He's a spectacle, and of course you're going to get his 9-minute drum solo. Always worth.
That was like the best addition to the band, if you ask me.
Oh, I totally agree. And what you're getting at a Mickey D is a intense prototypical 80s drummer.
But could you agree, though, that Mickey D is exactly what Motorhead needed
Oh yeah,
after Filthy Taylor?
yeah, they needed him. But I wish King still had him.
Huh?
I still wish the King had him.
Yeah. I don't know. I, just from different interviews that I've heard, the fact that he's playing with the fucking Scorpions as well. It's like, I think he wanted to do the simpler stuff
Yeah.
that he could just womp ass at and throw his flavor in there. When things were getting a bit too progressive was when he started to pull back. And I'm sitting here going, but you played that shit like a champ.
Yeah.
Your fucking shit was tasty as fuck. But you know what? Sometimes musicians get to a point in their career where they just want to have fun and don't have to think about it.
That's true. Yeah, I was going to say that King is way more sophisticated than Motorhead. And like I would have liked
And the Scorpions, let's be real.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen King Diamond pick up Tommy Aldridge as a drummer. Because I and he's to watch too.
I mean, even at his current age, which is, pretty up there with the rest of them, hasn't missed a damn beat. He shows up at a music trade show and he puts on a clinic. Everybody stops.
I'd love to see him.
It's like you could be walking by and you see that fro doing one of these back and forth. Everyone fucking stops and goes, holy shit, that old man is beating the fuck out of those drums like a champ and putting everybody else to shame. He's a big cymbal guy and a big double bass guy too. So Ozzy was lucky.
Hell yeah.
You know what's interesting is coming to find out, and I didn't know this until I did a lot of digging, I'd say probably about 3 months ago. I know this is a side note, but Tommy Aldridge was the drummer on Bark at the Moon.
Yeah.
Never knew that. Because Vinny Appice did the video and also was the touring drummer for the Bark at the Moon tour. Interesting how things kind of, get muddled up a little bit, because that was just a time where if you were at that level, you could have one person do the record and take a totally different person on the road with you. It was just kind of weird, when you were at the level that Ozzy was, oh yeah, Black Oak. Absolutely. Babylon says, hell yeah, I love Tommy and Black Oak. I dug everything the guy did, honestly, just through and through. A very good, solid metal drummer, and hits harder than probably a lot of drummers today. And I mean that sincerely, because even your most technical drummer is using all wrist and no power.
Yeah, he's got to be like 75.
He's around there. He's around there somewheres. He just did a whole series on Drumeo too. So if anyone is a big fanatic of Tommy Aldridge's drumming, he shows all the secrets on Drumeo. So ain't too hard to find him. But anyway, speaking of recording, let's kind of talk about, well, actually, before we get there, because I want to talk about the who's producing Mother IronHorse's stuff. Whoever's doing it is a fucking pro, and they're the best at it. But before we get there, let's go ahead and check out the track that, well, is a little different from what you've heard so far. It's called 100. And we'll get the Addicts thoughts on it right after this.
Hey, I was just going for a drive, which is wild because of
No. So let's get everyone's opinion there. Everybody out there, all you wonderful addicts. Is this too far out of their wheelhouse? Is it very different? It is in the sense that it is a very up tune. Now, let me break it down as far as what I consider to be an up tune. So your typical doom, boom, go, go, back, go, 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 go. It could even be more in a bluesy way. Go, go, ga, go, 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 ga, go, 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 ga, go, go. Now, an up tune is something that is slamming and keeps moving you forward. Go, go, ga, go, go, ga, go, go, ga, go, 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 ga, go, go, ga, go, go, ga. That's not very punkish of them, in my opinion. I can kind of see where you're getting that a bit, Hoof Beast, but to me, it's just a little bit more high energy kind of song that they're really kind of like relying on the 2 and 4 there. And it's just like moving back and forth. A little bit faster, but typically, with like, let's say a Motorhead vibe, it's like, it's not quite that fast. It's just a little bit more, with a little bit of punch. And like I said, some of those latter COC records, there's been some songs on there that were to that tune. Even Downs had a couple of songs that were a little bit more, on the fast side. Do I think that's going to be all of the new record? No fucking way. It might just be that tune. And maybe they just wanted to share something that was a bit heavier than what they were doing. It totally fits his voice. I'll give it that.
Yeah, no, the guitars are what really drives it to me.
It does.
That's punk
and it's
rock.
Very repetitive.
Yeah, it's punk rock, kind of Motorhead-ish rock and roll guitar playing for that part. And there is a nice part in there where they have the solo, and they've got the solo in harmony, and it sounds real nice. But I don't know, just boring to me.
I would say it's one of those tunes that you would just kind of have to like be in the mood to hear. Maybe. It's not something you would seek out. Yeah. Unless you were trying to create a mood. If that makes sense. So everybody out there in the comment section, tell us what you think of their new single. Does it hold up against some of what you've heard? Or do you think it's like, what the hell happened? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to tell us if you think it's a train wreck. Everybody's got that 1 or 2 songs that's like, I just don't like it. You know what I mean? Or it's, when you want to listen to, a band like this. So let us know.
Maybe they wrote a song like that for their live shows, because that would really kind of change things up a little bit. I would enjoy that more live.
And it could have very well been something that I can tell you from experience when I was with my tenure in Black Tar Superstar. There was quite a few times where we would write some new shit that was going to be on a future record, but we would debut it live, kind of go from, there. If the crowd dug it, then we were going to use it. You know what I mean? They could have done the same thing.
Yeah.
But, and unfortunately, that's kind of where we're at in today's music. We drop a single to see how it does. I mean, would you agree?
Yeah, it is a bit of, touching your toes to the water to kind of see how things are going to go.
Because honestly, you could be in the studio and working on a record and then just picking one of those songs to like test it to see if people will dig it. It definitely, from what I can see, let me see here. It isn't even okay. So just judging by Spotify, the top 5, it's not even in that list. So, but then again, it's up to the individual if they like it. That's why I've always said you can't go by Spotify numbers. You can't go by YouTube, Amazon, Apple Music, all that shit. That's just a quick delivery to literally hit the masses with. Sometimes, I mean, if they were with you from your last effort, they're going to check it out. But if they weren't, somebody's going to come across it by accident or it gets suggested to them. You know what I mean? If you're a hardcore fan of this band, then obviously you're going to be like, oh, hell yeah, new Mother IronHorse song. Let's check it out. So it's really up to the individual. It could be up to somebody that saw one of their shows. They just got done doing a mini tour with Mortoid Man. What do you think of that band, Hoof Beast?
I've only listened to them one time because they came out on a couple of people's end of the year list, and they liked them quite a bit. I thought they were fine. It just wasn't my cup of tea. And it's only because I have so much other stuff that I want to listen to. Like, I'm really into dissident black metal and dissident death metal at the moment. Like, I can't wait for Gorguts to put out something new. But at the same,
my goodness,
I know
that will be insane.
My beloved Paul Bear has a new album coming out this year that I'm really looking forward to, and
hell yeah,
they promised something different as well. So I'm looking forward to that. But I'm really, like, right now, the new Night album that came out about 2 weeks ago. That album is my favorite album that's come out this year. And I really liked the Inquisition. I thought that album's nuts, really, really good. Eson's is good, but Inquisition is probably my number 2 of the year so far.
Absolutely. I'm currently stuck between Dark Funeral and Inquisition. That's where I'm at. Why? Because I know I have to wait so long for the new Down record.
Mm-hmm.
Not specifically, but that's just like where my current listening is. That's what I'm getting down to. It makes me feel wonderful and just helps solidify my black heart that much more. And I love it. down makes me happy. And the fact that they're working on new material, I'm like, hell yeah, let's see what you got.
Another thing that Mother IronHorse does that I like is the use of the flying V, the Gibson V. I like
yeah.
because
I wonder if I have a picture of that.
maybe too many times you're seeing a Les Paul or a Gibson SG, and to see that flying V, I like that. It just says a little bit more dynamic in the way of metal.
Especially this type of metal.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see a flying V much in doom metal. You just don't. It's always like a Gibson or an SG. I'm trying to think. Do you see? No, you don't really see a lot of Fender either, though. So it's always typically like the SG or well, you would know a little bit better than me.
Yeah, Fender would typically is going to use a single coil, although well, Jackson is now made by Fender, and so Jackson's put out Strats that look just like Fender Strats, but they're featuring a double humbucker. Who's the guitarist for Slipknot? He's endorsed by Fender, and he has a double humbucker on the bridge as well. Sounds really good.
Interesting.
But those Strats sound hollow because they're great for blues. And, there's nothing else I would use, like Stevie Ray Vaughan, that sound.
Yeah.
John Frusciante from Red Hot Chili Peppers, Jimi Hendrix, like that hollow kind of blues sound is super important. And you get that with a Fender Strat.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. You don't really see a whole lot of more metal style guitars. I don't know. Maybe with like Candlemass, you definitely see different guitars with heavier, more blackened or Funeral Doom. You'll see some different type of stuff. But when it comes to fuzz, everybody goes to the SG.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part.
Like Yob uses flying V's.
Did not know that.
Paul Bear, I think used like a Strat shape, but it wasn't a Fender Strat. But man, when you see Paul Bear live, the bass is so different than their albums when they play live, and I love it like that too. Man, it was powerful.
I really need to get focused on them a little bit more, I think.
Paul Bear are amazing, and that dude can sing. Man, can he sing. I would start off with this. To me, the second album is really good, and then Heartless is the third album. That's really good. I felt like their 2021 release or 2020 release kind of fell off a bit. Wasn't as well put together. And but the first debut album is really good as well. But I like number 2. That's my favorite.
Well, we definitely urge you guys to check out if you liked any of the stuff that we were able to play, because guess what? I'm not going to get slapped in the face for it. Any of Mother IronHorse's stuff, it's very, very doomy, very high energy, a different experience. It's definitely on the heavier side. Definitely one of my favorites. I'm a fan. I will be. I'm gonna say that. They are playing with a lot of really good bands, so if they do come your way, please check them out. If you liked what you heard, go to motherironhorse.bandcamp.com. It's been floating at the bottom of the screen this entire time. They have great fucking merchandise. You can obviously also catch them at ripplemusic.com. Babylon here says, pow. Mother Iron Horse all the way. Honestly, if you're a sludge lover, if you are a stoner doom lover, they kind of do it all. And they do it, in my opinion, in a way that is different than most who try to sound like Sleep vocally. You're getting a different experience there. It's the intensity that they bring, the passion. This is not just another doom band.
It's doom with sharp teeth.
Exactly. I actually really, really like that type of description. And that's what drew me to them, because I am a huge fucking Sabbath lover. I don't need to hear it replicated by somebody else. I don't want to hear that. Show me something different. And that's why I really dig these guys. Actually, we didn't get to touch upon it, but I love the way the engineer captures this band to a point where you literally hear everything with no troubles.
It's true.
The cymbals. I've talked to Hoofbeast about this like 1,000 million times. The way this guy's cymbal set up and the way he hits them with that power, that raw power, like John Bonham or Bill Ward, it's very bright and very ringing, but it doesn't screw up the guitar parts. It doesn't take over the bass, the bassist, the bassist. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. It's been a long day. Words are tough. Everything is super clear, and the vocals are so at a very balanced level that you get everything all at once. So whoever is doing the producing on this, my hat's off to you, because I would figure this would be kind of a tough act to record, because Sabbath always had that trouble. You know what I mean? It's like Tony was always prevalent. The bass, obviously, Geezer. Oh shit, you can't touch him. You know, and Ozzy not so aggressive as a singer. So with having that aggression added into this style, I just think they did a really, really good job.
Yep, it's a good album. Both albums are absolutely solid from beginning to end. No weak song. Like, I really liked on the second album both of the Sam Hain songs. Sam Hain Dawn. What's the other one? Sam Hain Night. I like both of those songs. They really are moody. The Dawn is a little bit more bright and cheerful, slightly, and then quite dark.
I kind of get where they're going there. It's kind of like, you know, what it's like when Samhain is finally here, and Samhain night. It takes you through the entire, you know, celebration, which is why it's a bit cheerful and a bit dark at the same time. So definitely, like I said, if you dig them, check them out. motherironhorse.bandcamp.com, or you can go to ripplemusic.com to get any of their cool shit. But it's like, holy crap. Look at all the goodies they have. Excellent artwork, super dark, super doomy, very satanic at the same time. It's fucking just absolutely beautiful, very 70s. So if that's where you're at, definitely check out everything that they got. So many things are sold out, as you can see. but if they don't have it, ripplemusic.com should have it. So that is our synopsis of this band. And you need to know about them. Because if you're a fan of fuzzier bands with like a little bit more of an edge, it's like I was telling Hoofbeast last week. I'm like, you need to check these guys out. They are doing very, very well in the underground and getting bigger all the time. So that is what we think. And what are we doing next week?
Ooh, next week we are going through the albums, the best metal albums of all time that were released in the month of March. So we're going all the way back to March of 1970, if there's something there, and we're working our way all the way through everything. So if you find some, write it down or type it down in your phone and save it, so when you come watch the show, you can throw in your 2 cents for us and help us out, because we're not going to get everything.
For sure. Because that would like take forever. And we always love hearing what the addicts have to tell us as far as, what we've missed, or some that weren't even on our radar and we just didn't know it. So that's always a blast. Babylon says, D's nuts. God damn it. He must be all the way in. But it is Thursday, so I don't know how many of these Thursdays we're going to do, so... Yeah. It's that kind of night. It's almost like the pregame to the weekend, right? So from myself and Hoofbeast over there, we totally appreciate the Morgrat universe for tuning in. Since we missed Monday, we just had to move it over, and we were so happy to have you guys with us tonight. Definitely stay tuned, because tomorrow night Reaper's Underground is in full effect with Gravehuffer. It's been a minute since we got to talk to them. Actually, the last time I talked to them was during the Tennessee Metal Devastation Festival, which I'm going to show you a few videos from that, along with having them live, obviously. But it's been like a year since they've been on the show. So, and it's really kind of weird, because I was looking back, and when I first interviewed them, it was in March. Here I am doing it again, and it's in March. And that's because if you follow Morgrat Entertainment, there is a show called Just Another Fucking Metal Show festival that they are playing, which is sponsored and created by Morgrat Entertainment. So if you're in the Tennessee area and you can make it to Growlers, holy shit, what a bill. Excellent night for metal, live metal, and to have a great fucking time. So definitely tune in tomorrow night for that. And if my memory serves me correctly, is it time for another goddamn program?
I think it is.
I think it is too. I think the last one was like 2 weeks ago. Hopefully. So there is a chance that all you sinners out there can join us for the most blasphemous show on Morgrat Entertainment this Saturday. And of course, we'll talk about that. So if, in fact, we're going to do that, you got to show up Saturday, because it is one hell of a blasphemous time, and you will love it.
Yeah, I've been hearing some funny shit to Reaper. We've already got a few of them ready to go.
Oh, most def. I've been collecting stuff all week. So stay tuned, stay peeled to all the socials, Black Flame Entertainment, Morgrot Entertainment, Reapers Underground, and of course, Human the Hoof Beast on Instagram to get all the cool updates. What the hell? Oh, Babylon says they live about an hour from me.
Oh, Grave Huffer?
I'm assuming. I don't know. That's something I'll have to bring up tomorrow night. Shit. I don't know. So, but, as you're, got visions of that apple luscious booty, bouncing and all the good stuff there for Mother IronHorse, and you love what they do. The most important thing that you must always do is stay heavy.